right? This is question number 5. It's a trigonometric graph. You are going to draw the graph. Guys, if you get a question like this, you must be very happy because this 6 marks you can get it, because this is just a matter of drawing the graph. Sometimes the graph is given and you have to interpret the graph. That sometimes it can confuse you, but drawing a graph, if you get it, you can get that marks 6 easily. All right, so let me draw. How many graphs are there? I can see f of x, that is a cos graph, and g of x, that is a tan graph. When it comes to tan graph, guys, there are certain values. Undefined means at that point you have to draw a vertical asymptotes. Clear? Now look at that. The x values that you are going to substitute, they are minus 90, minus 45, 0, 45, 90, 135, 180. These are the x values for each graph. Okay, so just the matter of substitution, guys. That's it. So let me start with the cos graph. You have to take your calculator, type it minus cos, open the bracket, 45 minus, then what is the first x value? Minus 90. Minus 90. Type it minus 90 as it is. Okay. So here minus, two minus are there. Don't worry, because you are using a calculator. When you type it, you will get a 0,70711067 like that. So I'm just looking at a 2 decimal place, 0,71. So where is that? This is 0,5. This one is 0,5. This one is 0,75. And this one is 0,625. So which means somewhere here, let me, is the answer. Okay, all other points let me rub it, otherwise it's going to confuse. Okay, let me rub all other points that I put it unnecessarily. All right, so this is the first point. If it is minus 90, cos graph will give you that point. Then at to minus 45, what will be the answer? Let me type it. Minus on the calculator, minus cos, bracket open, 45, minus 45, close the bracket, which will give you 0. So on the axis, if you get 0 means it is on the axis. Which axis here? X axis. So I got the second point. Now the third point, when x value is what? Is 0, isn't it? Okay, again do the same thing. You can even replace those x values in the calculator. Very fast we can do it. 45 minus 0, close the bracket, is equal to minus 0,707. So it is somewhere here. This is, yeah, it is somewhere here. The next one is 45. I'm sure it's going to give you what? It's minus 1. So let me try. Minus cos, bracket, 45 minus 45, close the bracket, is equal to what? Minus 1 is correct. Minus 1 is going to be here. Clear? Now actually, now we can see the values are repeating. Next one, when it is a 90, it will give you what? Minus 0,707. It will be here. So let me type it here. Let me plot it here. Then if it is a 135, which is going to be 0. You can see that when you type it, you will see that. And then next one is 180 is going to be again 0,7. So it's somewhere here. 0,7 means it is somewhere here. So this is how we get a cos graph and then draw it. So it's going to be when you draw it, you will get graph like this. You see, it's something like a parabola, you will get it. Okay, so this is how you can draw the graph. Let me rub this one and make it neatly, so it's somewhat like this, you will get it. And this is the turning point at 45 and minus 1. Okay, so you got the graph. Remember, this one is the cos graph. Now we are going to do what? Tan graph. Tan graph, what is the first value? Minus 90. Just type it there. Tan minus 90 will give you what? undefined. There is no answer, isn't it? Minus minus 90 will give you no answer, which means at this point you can draw an asymptotes, dotted line or a bold. It's up to you. Dotted line, normally we draw it. At minus 90 there is a dotted line. The graph is broken there. Okay, then minus 45. At minus 45, what will be the answer? Tan minus, remember one minus is there inside the bracket, then minus 45. Close the bracket, which will give you what? 1. Okay, it's 1, guys. So it's going to be, and you have an idea of a tan graph. How will it look? You know that it is something like this. Okay, so that idea you must have. Then at 0 it's going to be what? Tan minus, so inside that it's going to be 0. It's going to be what? It's 0. So it's itself. And then 45, tan minus 45 will give you minus 1. It's going to be here. Then at 90 it is again asymptote. So you have to draw dotted line there. Okay, then at 135, tan 135, again going back to 1, isn't it? So it's going to be 135 is going to be 1, and 180 is going to be like this. Okay, so how do you draw the tan graph? Guys, it has to go like this. It's a curve actually. One graph, then the another one is going to be like this. So this is how tan graph you get it. Okay, yeah. The problem is here this diagram is not proportionate. That's why it is almost like a line, but it is supposed to be this is how the tan graph is. You have to. Question number 5.2. For which values of x, f of x minus g of x less than or equal to 0 in the interval minus 90 to 90. So from minus 90 to 90, look at here, from minus 90 up until 90 up to here. So you have to find out f of x. These values you have to read it from the graph, less than or equal to 0. Okay, when you see this one, it can confuse you, but if you send g of x other side, that is, there are some inequalities you are familiar with, less than or equal to f of x less than or equal to g of x. Now it is clear, f of x under g of x above, from minus 90 to 90. See guys, where is f of x? This is our f of x and this is our g of x. From minus 90 to 90, this is the area. See, do you see that one, f of x? Because g of x is above, from minus 90 to 90. If you look at up to this point, f of x is below, but g of x is above. Clear? So you have to take out those x values. So x values are starting from minus 90 up until 45, isn't it? But minus 90, remember, it's an asymptote. So how do you write the answer? All the x values starting from minus 90 up until 45. This is close to bracket because equal to sign is there. So the limits are included, but here it is open. This is how you have to write. Or we can write minus 90 less than x less than or equal to 45. This is also fine. Clear? So this is how we do it, because here there is a restriction on the domain. We are looking only from minus 90 to 90. Okay, then what happened after 45? After 45 we can see that g of x is under, f of x is above, so don't take it. But somewhere here between 135, what happened again? You can see that f of x below, isn't it? From here 135 up until this point, f of x is below and g of x above, but we don't need it, that one. Why? Because here it is clearly given that you have to look at those x values from minus 90 to 90. Okay, so look at in that interval both graph at the same time and check that where which from where to where f of x below and g of x above. Okay, so that's how you have to get the value. Now coming to the last question, 5.3. What is that? You have to find a new function. What is that? H of x. What is that? H of x minus f of bracket x minus 45. So how do you find the equation? Guys, you see that you have to do something in f of x and reach here. So what is f of x? Let me write f of x. F of x is equal to minus cos 45 minus x. This is f of x. Then what must I do? I have to do step by step. Let me do this one. F of x minus 45 is equal to what? This x you have to replace with the x minus 45. So the right hand side, did you see that this x you have to replace with the x minus 45? Okay. So how do I write minus cos bracket 45 minus, in the place of x, what are you going to write? X minus 45. X minus 45, since it's a binomial, use a bracket. Now simplify. Let me see what is that. Minus cos bracket 45, open the bracket with the minus, that is minus x minus minus plus 45. Do you see that? Okay. So when you simplify this one, you will get it minus cos bracket 45 plus 45 is 90 minus x. And what is this, guys? The reduction formula. What is cos 90 minus x? Remember, this minus is still there. Cos 90 minus x is the first quadrant. Cos is positive, but because of 90 you would write what? Sin x. Is it okay? Yeah. Now last one, we haven't done that adjustment. What is the next one that we didn't do? This minus. Okay, let me put minus or multiply both sides minus. That is minus f of x minus 45, and this side also minus sin x, which is going to be what? Positive sin x is the answer, final answer, sin x. And what is this one, which is same as h of x? Therefore h of x is equal to positive sin x. This is how you have to do it. There are steps. If you think that you can, you don't need to put, you can skip it. Okay, I wrote all the steps so that you can understand that. So this is how, guys, you have to do this question. So here we are drawing the graph, and you know, when it comes to drawing, you will be given this diagram sheet, and just matter of substituting. Okay, just matter of plotting the points and drawing the graph. Clear? Okay, that's it.